So many network marketers fall in love with a health and wellness product, and then they realize that there's an incredible opportunity to build the lifestyle and income of their dreams. But what happens when you get started and you run out of friends and family to talk to, and what you're doing on social media just isn't quite getting you where you want to be? Well, the truth is, it's probably not your fault. It just takes a little marketing know-how that you may not be getting from anywhere else. So on this podcast, I'm sharing with you the secrets that I've been able to learn from all of my top earner friends and mentors. I'm pulling back the curtain on exactly what it takes to get people excited about the wellness products that you have to offer, to help people improve their lives, and to get you to the rank that you want to be at. My name is Soraya Goddard, and this is Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Hey guys, what is going on? It is Soraya here, and the last episode that I published, episode 16, we talked about how to get people interested in your product on social media. So if you haven't listened to that episode, I rarely will do this, but I would say stop this episode, go back and listen to it. Because what I did in that episode is I broke down just a little bit about why people would at all be interested in what you have to say on social media and how you can get through to them in a very clear formula that I learned from my coach, Ray Higdon. And I know I talk about Ray a lot, but quite frankly, I've learned so much from him. And so I am passing on everything that I've learned. And I want to share a little bit more in this episode about that formula, invest, learn, teach, how I've used it, how I'm using it right now, and what it's done for me and what you can do with it. I want to dive a little bit deeper into exactly how you do that, and maybe answer some questions. I've had some people reach out on Facebook and Instagram, and I just want to clarify a couple things, and like I said, just build upon it. So first of all, thank you guys for being here. Man, I'm getting just an incredible response, and so it fires me up. So thank you guys, for those of you who have left reviews on iTunes. It is so amazing to see that. So amazing when you can reach total strangers. I mean, people all around the world are downloading this podcast. I've had people download this from Kazakhstan and India and South Africa, you name it. Like it's so cool to see that. And so it is just, it's an honor to be able to reach you guys and be able to share with you what I've been very fortunate enough to learn and to implement. And I'm, still learning. I think network marketing is one of those things where you continue to learn. And I know I've talked about this in a previous episode, but the principles of marketing stay the same. The platforms change, right? So I want to generally talk today about the principle of teaching via social media. Now, some of you will say, does it work on Facebook? Does it work on Instagram? Does it work on LinkedIn? Yes, 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 yes. Will it work on the next social media platform that comes up 10 years from now? Yes. Will it always be a good principle no matter what the format? Yes, you can do it in person from a stage. You can do it in a coffee shop over, a cup of coffee. You can use this formula and this principle of teaching people about, things that they would be interested in learning in any way, shape, or form. But what I want to talk about today is a little bit of the specifics of how you do that, okay? And normally, I'll be honest, I kind of reserve this for my team. But I'm going to I'm going to open up the curtain and share with you guys what I have learned and give you a little bit more information so that you can actually get going and have this be a usable podcast so that you can use these principles to grow your business. How does that sound? All right. So let me just tell you a little bit about how I'm growing my business and my audience. And, I will say that once I learned this formula, it was a mind-blowing light bulb moment. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, again, I'm talking about a way to grow an audience by teaching about the subjects that your ideal customer would be interested in. So you've got to put some thought into your wellness product, right? Your weight loss, your skincare, your essential oils, your whatever it is you are selling. You've got to put some thought into who would be interested in your product. And again, like I said in the last episode, I got it. A lot of people would be interested in your product, but I need you to pick somebody to really target. Because if you're not targeting someone specific, you're going to be speaking so broadly that no one will resonate with your message. So I want you to really formulate in your head a specific person that you're targeting. And really, most likely, the easiest person to target is someone who was you, someone who went through the struggles, or excuse me, is going through the struggles that you went through before you found your product. So think about what are the things that you love about your product, or I guess if you're really talking about your opportunity, this can also apply to your opportunity. But for this podcast sake, because we're really talking about wellness products, I'm going to be talking product. So think about what your life was like before you found your product, before you found the community and the support, and how your life has changed. Who is looking for that change? Not who is looking for your product, because quite frankly, nobody really cares about your product. They want the results of your product, right? They want the transformation that you have been lucky enough to go through, and now you get to share with your audience. And so I want you to think about that person and think about the things that they struggle with. Think about the things that keep them up at night. Think about their deepest, darkest fears that they're too scared to tell their best friends or their spouses or their partners. Think about those type of things. And, maybe it would be helpful for you to make a list of those things. And then you want to figure out what would be the information that they are really interested in knowing. Not what you would like to teach them, although it would help if you get fired up about it, of course. But what are the things that would help your audience? And ideally, that does in some way intersect with the things that you're fired up about because you've gone through that same transformation. But really put yourself in the shoes of the person who is just starting the journey that you've already been on. You have the curse of knowledge. You understand steps 1 through 10 that have gotten you to whatever success that you have achieved with your product. You've probably gotten some results. Your skin is more glowy, your hair is more beautiful and long and thick and lustrous. You're much less stressed in your life. You have a non-toxic home. You've gone through this transformation, right? But think about the questions that the person would ask and the things that they would want to know if they were just starting out. Speak to those types of things. And that is the kind of information that you want to teach. Don't assume that everybody is at a level that you are at. Assume that they are just now starting the journey. Sometimes it really helps to go into message groups and research this, or go into the groups of your current customers and find what questions they are asking, when they are first getting started, and speak to those, okay? So you want to take that information and you're going to use the Invest, Learn, Teach formula. So the pros of this is that anybody can do it. And I talked about this in episode 16, this last episode. You can teach from magazines, books, podcasts, your own life experience, seminars, cookbooks, events, whatever. I can think of 100 different things that you can intake information from and then teach that to grow an audience. And really, your goal is not to necessarily grow the world's biggest audience. Your goal is to be able to connect with people. Your goal should be to get people to know, like, and trust you and to look to you as a source of information so that you can then reach out to them and connect with them. Now, you're going to say, okay, Soraya, yes, but isn't marketing where they reach out to you? Yes, absolutely. But it's going to take a little bit of both. And let me explain this. I'm going to kind of go in a roundabout way. I'm going to teach you right now the 4-part content formula that will serve you to actually teach this information on social media. Okay, are you ready? Do you have a pen and paper? If you don't, pause this, grab a pen and paper, or maybe bookmark the time in the podcast that this is at so you can go back later and write this down, because this is very, very important. So once you have invested time and or potentially money to learn something and you have the intention of teaching it, there is a specific way that you can teach it on social media. And again, I stole this straight from my coach, so all props to Ray Higdon. And he and Jess, his wife, have come up with just this amazing 4-part content formula that they have now taught to so many network marketers, so many influencers, bloggers, you name it. And this is now a really common thing to see people doing online. And I'm going to teach it to you because, quite frankly, it works so darn well. Ready? Four-part content formula. This is, once you've gotten your information, this is how you're going to package it and use it to teach on social media. So the first part is the introduction. And again, this can work on any social platform. So imagine yourself on a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live or maybe a YouTube video or a Zoom broadcast, whatever. This can work on anything, okay? Introduction. Hi, my name is Soraya. Question is number two. So number one is intro. Number two is question. You're going to ask your audience a question. Are you frustrated with insert their problem, right? This is going to be a problem or something, a topic. Hey, are you frustrated with the fact that your hair seems to be dull 6 weeks after you visited your hairstylist and you have no idea what to do about it? Guess what? I have some tips that I'm going to be able to share with you. Okay, so that's intro and question. Intro and question. Or, hey, my name is Soraya Goddard, and I don't know about you guys, but I've noticed that going into the fall months, my skin gets a little bit dull, and maybe I get, the complexion just gets a little muddy where I don't feel like it's that beautiful, bright, bronzy glow that I had in summer anymore. Do you guys struggle with that? If so, I'm going to give you some tips on things that you can do to get that glowy summer skin in the fall and the winter months. How does that sound? And I am straight up making this up off the top of my head, guys, right? It's just so easy. You want to tap into things that your audience might be frustrated with. How about another one? Hey guys, this is Soraya Goddard here, and I know that it is back to school time. Raise your hand if you have kids that are in school now. Yep, I see you guys. I know you're out there. Hey, if you are a mom and you have kids in school, then you know what that means. That means that they are bringing home all the nasty bugs, right? They're bringing all the nastiness home. They are bringing germs. They are bringing, little Sally's sneezes, and they are bringing all sorts of nastiness into your home. So if you're like me, you are wondering, how do I protect myself from getting sick every 3 weeks, right? I know you're thinking that. Hey, today I'm going to give you a couple tips that I have learned and tested and that work for my family and may also be able to work for yours. So that is intro and question. Again, those are 3 examples in 3 different MLMs, or MLM niches that I have just come up with off the top of my head. I literally have no notes, just making this stuff up on how you can basically pique the curiosity of your listener. Now, I don't like, some of you are probably like, yeah, I want to know that information, right? It's very easy to come up with a kind of a hook in the beginning of your video or your post or however you're delivering this information so that people are like, oh my God, yeah, I totally want to know what that is. Okay. So back to the 4-part content formula: intro, question, content. Then content is number 3. You're going to deliver content. So that's when you're going to give your hair tips or your skin tips or your how to kill all the germs tips. Of course, you're staying compliant and with whatever rules that are okay with your compliance department of your network marketing company. And you're going to deliver that content. And here's the trick, right? Here's the secret sauce. Don't always teach about your network marketing product, okay? You just want to be a person of value. And really what that means is that people want to, they want to understand and know what you know. They look forward to you adding information to their lives that helps them and makes their lives better. So intro, question, content, you deliver the content, and then you're going to give a call to action at the end. You're going to give a call to action at the end. And that could be, reach out to me, join our group, message me for a list of the 5 things that I use on my hair, direct message me and I'm going to, give you a link to a really cool secret video with 17 ways to braid your hair. I don't know. I'm making this stuff up. Who knows, right? Reach out to me and I can give you some more information about the fun thing that I mentioned in my video. So some sort of call to action. And the purpose of this call to action is to get them reaching out to you. So again, this is the central point of marketing versus prospecting, where you are reaching out to somebody else. Marketing, you are putting this information via social media out into the world in this four-part content formula: intro, question, content, call to action, so that someone else reaches back out to you. So you've got to bait them and give them an incentive to reach out to you. So if you spill all the beans, right? If you give every secret in your videos or your social media posts, and you don't give them a reason to reach out to you, nobody's ever going to reach out to you, right? And let me give you the worst example of that I see every single day. A call to action is not click this link to buy, okay? Can't even say that straight. Click this link to buy. A call to action is not posting a link, okay? If you post a link, you will kill all that good mojo and all that good value that you just built up, all that good rapport, all that good know, like, and trust factor. You will kill it by putting your purchase link in the post, right? Because here's the problem. Let's say that someone watches your video or reads your post or read your blog post. Again, this formula can be used in all of that. Let's say they read your blog post and at the end they realize that they really want your thing, and then they click on it and they have some sort of objections. It's too pricey. I don't get it. I don't know how this works. What is this thing about auto ship? I don't really understand. Or even worse, if you've sent them to a network marketing purchase site, those purchase sites are terrible, right? All of our network marketing companies have terrible checkout processes, right? Because there's like 80 million options and it's really confusing. Hell, you're even in the company and it's confusing for you, right? I know you know what I'm talking about. So if you send them straight to a purchase link and they get confused, they're going to X out and they're never going to buy it. And you will have no idea that they were on the verge of buying it. So here's what gets tricky. You need to have them reach out to you so you can have a conversation, so you can determine their needs and then make a recommendation on what they should buy. Is this an extra step? Absolutely. Is it more time? Absolutely. Is it sometimes kind of frustrating because you just wish you could put a link on there and just have them buy? Yes, absolutely. But guess what? It's going to get you more business in the end, because you're not going to lose those customers that go to the link and then don't buy, because people don't want that. People want to have you answer their questions. So, and we're in the people business. Remember, we are in the people business. We create conversations for a living. That's what we get paid to do. And so you've got to get them to reach out to you, okay? But ideally, if you do this enough, and it does work, trust me, because I started with zero audience, guys. I started with zero audience. In fact, when I started on Facebook, let me tell you this, 2.5 years ago, maybe, you wouldn't see me post on Facebook but maybe 4 times a year. And really, the only thing I would ever post about is maybe a really cute picture once or twice if I felt confident enough that I could put it on social media, maybe once or twice a year. And then I would post about baseball because I love baseball. Go Giants. That's about it, honestly. Don't do this because it's not worth your time. But if you did scroll back on Facebook to 2016, you would see that I didn't post jack on Facebook, right? Didn't post anything. So why I'm telling you that is that I started with nothing. I started with 200 friends. I was one of those people who thought that the less friends that I had, the better, because, on social media, because I didn't want everybody knowing my business. But once I realized that social media was a way for me to reach people, I started doing Facebook Lives. I started friending people on Facebook. I started building an Instagram account. I started doing all these things. I started using Invest, Learn, Teach. I started using the 4-part content formula. And now I have people friending me and reaching out to me and direct messaging me every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. I can't turn it off. Okay. So I did almost a year of Facebook Lives, not quite every day, but pretty darn consistently, very, very consistently. And so I would recommend, it doesn't matter what platform you use, right? Pick one and stick with it. Do this all the time. Now, I will say that I actually transitioned to a podcast because I found that I much more enjoyed it. And it just was a better fit for me, kind of fired me up more. But you do you, right? You don't have to have a podcast. You don't have to do Facebook Lives. You can do this straight up on Facebook posts. I will say video is probably preferred, where people can see your personality and get to know you, because video, they just get to know you a little bit better. But if you are scared to death of video, I get it. I would start at least with written Facebook posts, and maybe you can graduate to pre-filmed videos, and then you can go to live videos. Live videos are where it's at. And don't worry about it. Do not worry if no one jumps on your live. It is not a numbers game, guys. It is not a numbers game. I mean, yes, the more people that see your stuff, the better, but it does not matter how many people are on there or commenting, because trust me, people are watching. People are watching whether they tell you or not. Okay, so 4-part content formula: intro, question, content, call to action. Don't post a link to buy. You'll kill all the good vibes, but you do need a call to action that will prompt them to reach out to you. Okay, so in the meantime, as you are starting this Invest, Learn, Teach strategy, you are not going to get a lot of people reaching out to you, and that is okay. Totally okay. Every single person who does this goes through a period where they don't get people reaching out to them. So don't get down on yourself. Don't say, "Oh my God, I'm terrible at this." Don't say it doesn't work. Nonsense. You just need to do it more. Do it more. Do it more consistently. Okay? Keep going, because there will be a tipping point where people will start to reach out to you and people will be asking you what's going on. So in the meantime, though, until that happens, and even after that happens, you now need to take note of the people who liked and or commented or shared your video, because you will get that. You will get people liking and commenting on your video pretty soon, pretty quickly, or your post or your blog or whatever it is, right? And then you need to reach out to them. Okay, you need to reach out to them. They have just raised their hand by commenting and interacting with your post and saying, "Hey, I'm interested. This is good content. This content speaks to me." Your content, if it's good enough, will cause people to react, and you basically have now sorted those people out as the people who may be interested in your thing, right? Does that make sense? I hope so. So then, until people are beating down your door and asking to join you, then you need to go and reach out to the people who liked, commented, and shared on your stuff. So how do you do that? You reach back out to them and go, "Hey, I saw you liked my post. Thanks so much for that. Long time no talk. How are you? Hey, I saw you shared my video. That's amazing. I really appreciate that. What's going on with you? Hey, I saw you commented. Like, I just wanted to direct message you and just say, I really appreciate you commenting. Hey, you were commenting about your hair struggles, or you were commenting about the fact that you didn't like your current eyeliner. Like, is that something that, I've got some information about that. Let's chat," or whatever it is, right? Whatever your thing is. Hey, you said that you had trouble with sleeping at night. I may or may, I don't know if the thing that I have is for you, but I'd love to be able to share with you some information. Is that cool? So reach out to them. Your social media strategy should provide you with people who are already interested in your stuff. Now, that doesn't mean they're necessarily all going to buy, but if they like, comment, and share on your videos and your posts, reach back out to them. So if you think about it and you go back through your social media on how many people have liked, commented, or shared, just even on your personal posts, that will give you a gold mine of people to reach back out to and say, "Hey, long time no talk. I saw you liked my kitty video. How are you?" Right? Anything for an excuse to just reach out and start a conversation, okay? People aren't going to automatically buy your stuff. You're going to have to chat with them. You're going to have to chat with them, ideally on the phone, but on social media is totally acceptable as well. And the key is in the follow-up, 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 follow-up. So if you don't have a journal, you don't have a notebook, you don't have an Excel spreadsheet, whatever way that you prefer to track people, you should be tracking those people by date, their names, and how you chatted with them. And then you should have a system where it reminds you, or you remind yourself by going through your list, that you need to follow up every 2-3 weeks, right? Follow up, follow up, follow up. Okay. There will be a point, though, where if you do this consistently, if you use Invest, Learn, Teach consistently, and you use this 4-part content formula consistently, you will build a following, and they will start to listen to you, and they will start to take direction from you. And at the point, I'm not at this point, I will be straight up honest, but at some point, there will be a day where maybe you can't even keep up with all the leads coming in. Maybe you have so many people beating down your door that you have to take a little bit more direct approach. Or maybe you want to consider building an email list, and we'll save email list building for another day. Not a requirement, a nice to have though. So until that day comes though, keep at it, keep doing it consistently, and keep following up with those leads that you get. Talk to those people and see if you can serve them. See if you can make an impact on their lives. See if you can help give them the same transformation that you had, or maybe even one that's bigger, maybe even one that's more profound, maybe even, something that's completely life-changing. So see who we can serve. I fully believe that network marketing and our products, especially our wellness products, all of you that are listening, your products have the ability to change lives. I know you know that because you wouldn't be doing this if you didn't believe in it. So let's get out there and let's share about the things that we love, and let's share about things that can help people so that we can spread the word about our amazing products, our incredible science, and potentially even get some of these people into our company so that they can see the benefit, the business opportunity, and have life-changing transformation on the business side as well. Okay, guys, I hope this helped you. If you found this useful, I would really appreciate it if you left a review on iTunes. I know I say this pretty much all the time, but the more that you review me on iTunes, the more iTunes will show my stuff to people. And that is the way that I can help you and help impact more people's lives. So I would really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And if you really have something to say to me, if you want to contact me directly, email me at soraya@sorayagoddard.com, or find me on Instagram, which I'm at, sharing all sorts of silly and ridiculous things on Instagram stories every single day, at Soraya Goddard. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye. Hey friends, I hope you enjoyed Secrets to Marketing Your Wellness MLM. Before you go though, I have something for you. If you are looking to grow your audience online via social media so that you can have people getting excited about your products and reaching out to you to learn more, then you need my cheat sheet that has 50 health and wellness Facebook Live topics that will attract an audience to you. It also walks you through the secret 4-part formula that you can follow on both Facebook and Instagram that is proven to have people reaching out to you. And when you get it, I am also sending you guys an audio file for those of you who love to listen to the information on the go. You can get both of those things at www.sorayagoddard.com/podcast. Again, that's sorayagoddard.com/podcast. SORAYAGODDARD.com/podcast. Thanks so much. Chat soon.